Hello and welcome to Top Story. What exactly was the target of Israel's mysterious air raid on Syria on September the 6th? Initially, attention focused on Iran. Tehran was suspected of sending arms through Syria to Hezbollah militants in Lebanon. Now the focus has shifted to North Korea. The Washington Post quotes an unnamed intelligence source as saying that Pyongyang had shipped nuclear equipment to Damascus. Washington has expressed grave concern over the report. So, are Syria and North Korea really in league with each other, or are the media falling into a trap aimed at putting Washington's and Israel's foes on the hot spot? I'm joined now by Daniel Ben-Simon from the Haaretz newspaper in Israel. He's going to speak to us from Tel Aviv. Mr. Ben-Simon, thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning to you.
Why this silence from Israel? It's not usually a quiet player on the world stage.
Yes, and I must say that in the last few days, Parliament members have requested, a full openness of the subject. What happened? I must say that I don't remember in recent years such a silence around a major activity. This time, 2 weeks after, we don't know yet what exactly happened. We have no clue who's involved in it. We just know that something happened, that the Israeli army operated in Syria, and we know it through the Syrians and not directly through the Israelis. The Prime Minister, the Defense Minister are keeping quiet, and the Israelis are not asking too many questions. They understand that something positive has happened.
Okay, thanks. Just to tell viewers, the pictures you saw there of Israeli planes taking off were, of course, not planes taking off for this raid in Syria, but background pictures from our archives. Mr. Ben-Simon, I'd like to talk to you about these reports in the American press. I mean, I know it's hard to speculate, but we have this report in the Washington Post, an unnamed source who claims that there is a North Korean link, and this source claims that his or her sources are Israeli participants in the raid. Does that sound plausible to you, or is it a told story?
Well, it's hard to know, but this is the first time, I must tell you, that we hear about North Korea's role in the region. It would be more plausible to Israelis that Syria and Iran are doing something together. The introduction of North Korea is really new. It's quite, I mean, I must say that I don't remember North Korea being involved in these deals, but the Americans have put North Korea. We cannot have a confirmation here. We can only know that Israel is trying to do something against the alliance of Syria and Iran, especially after the Lebanon war a year ago. And don't forget that we are going through commission inquiries about what happened in Lebanon war, why Israel has failed so badly, why the Israeli army has performed so badly. So now suddenly, in the eyes of Israelis, something good has happened. They don't want exactly to know what happened, but they know that something good and that something nuclear between Syria, North Korea, and maybe Iran, and they're not asking questions as long as there is a sense that something good has happened in the area.
This morning, North Korea denied reports of a link with Syria. I mean, it seems hard to imagine they would be involved in this kind of thing just when the six-nation talks are about to begin. So, presumably, this is more about Iran as far as you're concerned.
Yes, I think about Iran and something else which is quite is in effect in the last 2 weeks. The Israeli censorship is working very hard to keep this whole affair quiet. So Israeli journalists who are known to be so aggressive and who are known to get the story by all means, this time are keeping quiet, because of the censorship, but because also of the sense that something big has happened. And I must tell you, even this time, I mean, talking about the Lebanon war last year, we knew each detail of each combat zone. And now, even Israeli journalists are kind of keeping quiet. We know we have rumors. Israel is a country of rumors. So we know that something between Syria and Iran, something nuclear. As to the North Korean, I don't think it's a serious thing, but as I said, you can now, with this silence, talk about even the involvement of France or Great Britain or Algeria or Egypt. Anything is possible. But the fact is that Israel has done something good. That's what Israelis know, and that he stopped some passage of nuclear weapon between Syria and Iran.
Okay, let's talk about the politics of this in Israel. Is there a sense that this is perhaps the Prime Minister trying to look tough after all the problems in the Lebanon war last summer?
I am rather, a political commentator, not a military one. I must say that he has done marvels to Prime Minister Olmert, who was at the bottom of his popularity. 3% of Israelis saw him as suitable to be Prime Minister. Suddenly, in the last week, it's a huge surge. Somebody is becoming popular. The same for the Defense Minister. Politically, it was a sure gamble. They did, this operation in Syria did something unbelievable in terms of their popularity. Ehud Olmert, for the first time since he became Prime Minister, looks Prime Minister, and without the Israelis knowing exactly what happened. But politically, it was a sure gamble.
And at the same time, he's just said, we have much respect for the Syrian leader. So is he keeping diplomatic options open then ahead of this peace conference in November?
Yes, I must tell you that Israelis know exactly what's the deal with Syria. Either there's a peace or there's a war. And I don't think Israelis want a war with Syria. The peace deal is done, but somebody has to sign it. So we know the price of this peace. And I must say, for this, unlike the Palestinians, peace with Syria is more tangible. You make peace with Syria, you open the borders, you change the whole politics of the region. Israelis would go for such a deal, and that's why it's not out of the question, even after the operation in Syria. I think Israelis would like to see Syria in the November conference, and because it is part of the conflict, and it is, I would say, even a major part of the Israeli-Arab conflict.
Well, indeed, Israel has been sending messages, we gather, through Turkey to Syria in the last few months about a possible rapprochement. But is Syria giving anything back? Does it look like it's going to return this or not?
About the conference or about the military operation?
No, about the conference. A political exchange of some sort.
Yes, well, it's open. They have left the issue open. They're waiting to be invited. The Israelis have said, we are not people who invite the other part. The Americans are the host of this conference. So they have sent signals that if the conference is serious and will talk about a possible peace between the two countries, they will come. But I must say that it's up to the Americans. I really have a sense that the Americans are not eager to see the Syrians in this conference.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll have to stop there. Many thanks to you, Daniel Ben-Simon from Haaretz newspaper in Israel. That's all we've got time for. Join us on Top Story tomorrow at the same time. Stay with us on France 24.